Hi everyone, it's March 2016. Let's take a look at your alchemy scope. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So let's look at the story, the symbology that is informing this Pisces new moon solar eclipse cycle. Okay, the Sabian symbol for this March 8th, March 9th new moon solar eclipse, as we start the eclipse season, as we move into a month where we begin our, we go through the equinox and we begin a new zodiac cycle. Indeed, it feels like a kickoff, the real kickoff for 2016, for this game-changing year. And here we have a fascinating and feels like a perfect symbol, a master instructing his disciple. Now, I'm recording this after I've done all of the readings, and you will see that the teacher card came up again and again in the spreads over the course of this month, and it's fascinating. Some of the keywords for this symbol are education, knowledge, but also initiation. And indeed, it does feel like we are moving through an initiatory period where we are, the stove is heating up and we are coming to a boil. And things are going to be moving fast this year. And we are going to be asked to mature quickly, as we have been, but it's becoming exponential now, the requirement, the obligation. So it is an initiation, everyone, and this is going to be a game-changing year. And so let's take a look. Let's move on to the individual signs and see what is it that's coming up for each of us individually in this very dynamic month. Hi everyone, it's March 2016. Let's take a look at your alchemy scope. Gemini, welcome. So let's start building your hexagram for our Pisces new moon cycle. You're starting off the hexagram at the bottom with 3 tails, which has a value of 2 each. And that equates to 6, which is a broken line. It's what's called a broken transforming line, but for these scopes, to pull up the general foundational energies, Gemini, here we go. So we have 2 heads with this one, 3 each, and 1 tail. Okay. So Gemini, if you know anything about the I Ching, there's 2 basic lines, broken and solid. And each of those have a value. And then, let's pull your 3rd line. So we have 2 tails, which are worth 2 each, and 1 head. And that is a solid line. So there are broken and solid lines, which are known as simple lines. And then there are broken and solid lines known as transforming lines. But I am only working with the simple version of the lines for pulling up the large demographic for all Geminis, for your theme. Three heads, 3 each. That totals 9. That's a solid line. Gemini, fifth line. We have 2 heads and a tail, which equals 8, and that is a broken line. I'm going to lift this up, by the way, at the end, so you can see the form of your hexagram. It's a little sunny and bright right now, so it's reflecting, and you can't quite see it. So the last line of your 6-line hexagram is also an 8. So let's build it. So you have a broken line at the bottom, Gemini, a broken line next, solid, solid, broken, and broken. That is the picture of your hexagram. Gemini, welcome. So we are going to be doing a spiral spread this month. Let me go ahead and lay it out. I've already shuffled, and this is an 8-point spread. Wow, the teacher card keeps coming up. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, if you can't see them all, I'll go ahead and lift them to the camera, so you'll be able to see them at some point. So for those of you with Gemini Cancer encoding, so you have both very active in your charts, you're going to want to watch both readings for sure. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. So Gemini, there's definitely movement happening for you with regards to work, or your desire with regard to work. So let's look at the beginning of the month first. And if you can't see them, don't worry, because I'll go ahead and lift them all up. Yeah. So let's take a look first at the beginning of the month, Gemini. There's something in regards to you possibly traveling this month. It could be work related, it could be vacation related. Now this is with regards to woman, so I'm picking this up as you. If you're a man watching the scope, this could be that there's a woman in your life. It could be a significant other, a partner, or a friend, but that it might be somebody's coming to see you, or that you're going to see this woman. But otherwise, if you're a Gemini woman watching this, it could be that at the beginning of the month, which is this, again, this is for the Pisces new moon, the powerful new moon on March 8th and 9th, which is also the start of our eclipse season. So this is our solar eclipse, new moon, powerful. Start of the eclipse season, and it's here in 2016. 2016, as I've said, is a game-changing year. You are changing at profound levels exponentially at this point. So the world is changing. At the end of this year, there's many things that are going to be very different, including you. So at the start of this cycle, which starts at around the 8th and 9th of March, you may be traveling, going on a business trip, or maybe a vacation of some sort, but it's a short trip. In the middle of the cycle, Gemini, you're going to be focused on work. It could be that you're focused on changing your work or some sort of a new iteration of your work, but it looks like you're going to be kind of focused there. That's going to be where the majority of your energy is going to be placed with regards to your work. Now, beautifully, at the end of the month, you're going to be feeling in flow. Now, I will say, let me go back a little bit. So the dynamism of the 2016 year, and with the obligation to become ever more clear, because that's what's happening with the frequency increase, we're becoming free, made free. of past karmic ancient threads of story. And with that, a lot of people are going to be feeling very good. There are amazing things that are going to occur this year. And there's also a lot of chaos that's going to uproot as systems start to collapse. So for you, though, at the end of this cycle, which is the first week of April, you're going to be feeling some flow, some major stuff moving in good directions for you. You're going to feel and experience the synchronicity at hand. Now, beautifully, the support for you is like you're going to be able to recognize the power at play. I feel, Gemini, that a lot of you out there, this is, of course, a general reading, but a lot of you out there are going to be able to recognize the power of this time, and this will support you. This is the support section. And to actually have a recognition of what's going on and the power that's at hand, and to really ride that wave, harness the power, is brilliant. That's perfect. Now, there are some cards that are mirroring the Cancer reading. So I just want to point that out. Now, what you need to understand is what to understand is that with the big changes and the new births that are occurring for you, that indeed it might bring up some feelings of resistance, anger, fear, although the fear card didn't come up. Darkness is usually feelings of negativity, like you're resisting. There's a resistance happening, perhaps. So if you do feel resistance, and if you do feel withdrawn, like you need to hide, like you need to protect, just know what you need to understand is that that's just part of the birthing process that is so significant, that is so relevant right now. So whatever is causing, you know, some anxiety, some anger, some rage. By the way, that's other stuff that's been coming up is, well, it's a bigger topic, but you could find that there's some anger coming up as well. Okay. So if that's the case and you feel like you have to withdraw and become a bit of a hermit for periods during this month, that's okay. It's part of this big, massive birthing process that's at play. Okay. Now, let's see what we have here. So this is your hope, desire, and fear. Again, teachers coming up. Many people might be wanting to become teachers in their own right. It also could be that you're seeking a teacher, a particular teacher, or perhaps many. And that's what you're needing now. That's what you're envisioning, because you want to be in a state of hope and optimism for the future, for what's unfolding. And it might be that you need some guidance. So you might be looking for a teacher to aid you, to ground you, to clarify things for you about, yes, what is it that I want? I want to get really clear. I want to be hopeful. I don't want to be afraid or feel the rage continuing to come up with regards to, you know, I don't know, attachments to any of the stories and stuff that's coming up. And I want to be in a state of ease. So Gemini, I do think that your hope is that you're going to find somebody to help guide you, clarify you, create optimism and ability to actually connect to your bliss points, create optimism and create ease. So that's beautiful. Now, with regards to the action that you're guided to take, you want to prepare for the future for sure. You're wanting to think about the future, okay? You're wanting to look for opportunities that support your energy, like what your kind of your resonance, because we're becoming more of ourselves now. And so we're going to start gravitating toward our correct tribe, like those that actually understand who we are and are really getting us at our essence, because those of us aligning at a greater rate are going to we have a need for tribe, and we have a need for support. But what's happening here is that in March, the action that Spirit's saying to do is to actually think about the future, think about what you want for yourself, and maybe look for opportunities to support you in your future, like in your next step on your path. So generate the opportunities, research opportunities to find the support that you so deserve and so need. Now, look at this, Gemini. So at the end, we are looking like, the likely result of this cycle for you. Well, one, that it might be that you feel that things are a bit of a mystery. Like you actually don't really know. But what you do know at the end of the month is that you feel more healed. By the way, some of you could be tapping into a healing career or diving deeper into a healing career. Okay, so that's part of this. And it could be that you're kind of like unsure. You're in the mystery of whether or not your goal, your mission of the soul is in fact a healing career. Or you know that your career is a healing career. Your mission of the soul is one which is healing to humanity as a whole, to people. But that you're willing to be a bit in the mystery of it. And you're not clear about the details, but you know that the general mission is indeed one of healing. You're just not sure about the details. That's kind of what I'm getting. So at the end of the month, there's some clarity about your mission, but yet there's some that remains a mystery. There's the details that remain a mystery. Gemini, I have to say, it's a powerful month for you, for a lot of you. So let's move on and see what else we have for you this month. Gemini, welcome. So I finished my I Ching throw and I had my cards, and it's so beautiful I didn't want to leave. Look at this. This flipped out for you. I'm going to take that one. That happened very quickly, but I think that it happened quickly because it's so strong. Now, perhaps this will resonate. So what wants to be matured this month within you, through you, is gossip. So let me read it first and then I'll show you the card. It's a little glary. So this is about Gemini moving out of thriving on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So again, this is about thriving on the power of passing on private or secret information and betraying confidences. And what it's wanting to mature into over the course of this Pisces new moon cycle is awakening consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So Gemini, again, it's a little glary. This is what's wanting to be matured through you during this cycle, Gemini. No more gossip. It's a waste. In fact, it was interesting because just this morning I was watching Deepak Chopra. He does these live broadcasts on Facebook. And just today he was talking about conservation of energy and the waste, the leak that gossip, judgment, and other things do to waste our energy, to drain it out. So that is your message for this cycle. So let's move on to our next component here. Gemini, this month you are called to become, to embody Crystal Gaia. As Crystal Gaia, I am captured light, the clear portal in the solid earth, the womb of rebirth and of second sight. The affirmation for you is this: I have clarity I have insight. I can see to the heart of things with no obscurity. I send you so much love and support, and I will see you on the other side of this month. Talk to you soon. Bye.